My name is Dania, and this is my first time being a surrogate. Honestly, it was a completely new story for me, something different out of the blue. I was considering surrogacy for a couple of years now, did my research for a few years. Wasn't at the age when I started researching, so I had to wait. Luckily, I did have 2 children, so I knew that I was a good candidate for surrogacy in the long run. The motivation that I had for starting surrogacy, honestly, was to be able to give another family the joy of becoming parents. I have 2 of my own kiddos, so I knew that there were people out there that cannot have the enjoyment or experience it, but what I could do is bring life to them, bring them their dreams come true. So for my process through this whole journey, honestly, it starts with research. I was looking through agencies until I came across GSHC, and honestly, it was a brief from there. They called me, they emailed me. We got a small interview. She explained to me the process of it all. Honestly, I chose GSHC due to the fact that I went through different agencies and I felt like everybody was just giving me the runaround on it. Never really answered questions that I had until I got into your agency. This agency gave me all the comments and everything that I needed, all the questions answered that I was looking for. They didn't make me feel pressure or hesitated to answer any questions, even if it was the dumbest question. They will be answering me like with an open arms. So from there on, I waited a couple of years more until it became 2023 when I was like, this is what I want to do. And I did the process. It took about a year and a half for the whole process, and that's with finding a coordinator in the agency, with your agency, medical records, making sure that everything was clear, meeting the IPs with something else, driving to San Diego, doing the whole background checks and everything was honestly a whole breeze. It was from one thing to another, and it happened like in a blink of an eye. That's how I felt. I feel like because it was in my heart to do something and I was willing to wait for it. My relationship with my IPs were honestly a breeze, and I think they were my first match, so I got really lucky. They were angels. They were so sweet all the time, always messaging me, asking me if I was okay, how was everything. I will send them little updates, every sort of ultrasound updates, and I would take small little videos of the heartbeats, send them to the IPs. They were always so sweet, always thanking me, thank you, Dania. And at the end of the day, you know, I just felt so lucky with these IPs. As a first-time surrogate, I feel like you can't ask for anything more than feeling loved and like cared for from a different part of family at this point, you know, because you are becoming a family. Like when I met them, that was it. I knew that this was a family. It's not blood family, but it is family that you will have for the rest of your life. Some important things to consider when matching with an IP is knowing your research on what you really want. It's just what you feel more comfortable with, just because at the end of the day, this is what you have to do for yourself. It's your body at the same time. If there's something that you didn't like about the IPs because of some small little thing, you always need to make sure that you speak to your coordinator right away, because you cannot be there for nobody but yourself, because this is emotional for you. One favorite memory of my whole journey, it would have to be when I finally matched with the IPs, and I knew for some reason they were it. My first match, and I knew that I wanted them. Like I knew that this was going to hit. My other memory would have to be going into the clinic. Going to the clinic in San Diego was memorable for me because in general, I never go out of LA. I'm always in LA, and driving down to San Diego, it was so beautiful to see everything. Getting into that clinic, it was just so nice, aesthetic, beautiful. It made me feel welcome. The doctors, the nurses were also sweet. GSHC sent Maritza there to accompany me, and she brought me some gifts, which I totally appreciate that. That day, my husband didn't go with me, so for her to be there was an awe. just made me feel very warmed and like, cared for. So I loved it. I remember those 2 days clearly, and they will never go out of my mind. Those are one of my 2 favorite memories that I will always cherish forever. The only fear that I had was not having the support from family. I'm a big family person, so I'm always with family. Knowing that I have the support from family and them being supportive with this decision that I wanted to do, because it is a big thing, people talking about like, oh, but are you sure about this? And telling my husband, honestly, in the beginning, he was kind of concerned. He's like, what? You're gonna get pregnant? From who? What? Questions. I hesitated on asking him and telling him because yes, he's my husband, and yes, we have a life together. But at the end of the day, I felt like it was my choice, but I didn't want to be selfish. And I knew this was going to be a process for both of us because it is an emotional like roller coaster in general, because come on, I'm going to get pregnant. I'm going to have hormones going crazy. He has to deal with that. And then until I ended up, explaining to him the process and how it works, he came around really quickly and he was so excited at the end. I couldn't have not asked anything else from him. He's been there for me. The way I told my kids that I want to be a surrogate, honestly, it was so scary to me. But I want them to understand what I wanted to do, not because it was going to be something changing for us, but because I wanted them to understand that I was going to have a child for another family, but I wanted them to know that it wasn't our baby. But I wasn't sure if they were going to be ready for that. I know my kids are not little and they're older, but I wanted to let them know that I didn't want them to feel any sort of way out of place, because being pregnant, you get the attention from everybody. So knowing that I wanted my kids to be part of this, I wanted to understand what I was going for, and the things that I was doing is for a family to have children and to love and to create life. Why? Because I had that with them. I'm able to enjoy my life with them and they love it. Honestly, at some point they were so excited. At some point I think my daughter said, "Is this our baby?" I was like, "No, remember I told you?" And then she honestly came around. She's like, "I can't wait to meet her." A lot of my friends actually were in love with the idea of me doing this, just because they see me as what I am, a mom, and they're like, "You're always on your feet, you're always doing what you got to do for your kiddos. This is amazing." I have text messages of my friends, even now, they call me an angel for doing this, that I'm someone that is out there helping these families that, are truly wanting to be parents. So the Surrogacy Compensation helped me to pay some debts, school debts actually. I am studying to be a RN for labor and delivery. I don't have to worry about payments for school. And also to save for my children's future. I do have 2 children, and half of that is going to their college. If I could give the first-time surrogate a piece of advice, it would be the emotion of goodbye. Knowing that it is a roller coaster during the pregnancy and saying your goodbyes once giving birth, it's a little hard. You need to understand that the emotions that you have is not only you, it's hormones too. But at the end, you have to understand that you have this big joy and pride, the ability of giving your IPs the love that they're going to hold forever is their little baby.